Devin, I guess just what's it been like? I mean, you guys are close to wrapping up. How do you feel like the spring is going?
I feel like it's been real good, real competitive. I feel like everybody's here trying to learn. I can see a difference from last year, just with everybody kind of being more mature. It's kind of cool to see like the light click for everybody and put it all together.
Sort of wrapping up spring practice, what have you seen, I guess, through the past couple of weeks, and what, I guess, isn't a positive step for you guys making these past couple of weeks go?
Yeah, like I said, it just feels like everybody in the secondary is kind of more experienced now, so we're kind of all working together now. We understand where our help is, and I feel like that's been helping us make plays and limit big plays.
What do you think flipped that switch? What do you think made you all more confident in that regard?
I think just experience, just knowing that you've done it before. So when you've done something, it's kind of like you have something to build on. So this year, I feel like we've been building in a positive direction.
You still got Coach Powledge back there with you, but obviously Dave being more hands-on with the defense. How has that changed things, or has it changed things on the back end?
It's changed things for sure, but I feel like the biggest part is probably GP, Gary Patterson. He loves working with the safety, so he's been having a lot of input with us. Him and Coach Powell been working together. So it's been cool to see two intellectuals go back and forth and give us things to work on.
Have you noticed a difference in Coach Powledge at all this year? Like, what's he like compared to last year?
Same old Coach Powell is hungry, always trying to learn. That's one thing I love about Coach Powell. No matter what, he's always down to learn more. Especially with GP, like it's kind of like humbling for players because sometimes it feels like we don't want to hear people talk to us, but then when you see a coach listen to another coach, take ideas from him, it kind of humbles you.
Kind of three of those coaches almost with Dave, GP, and then Powledge. You know, what's that like, I guess, just seeing them bounce off of each other?
It's crazy. Sometimes I'll hear Aranda and Patterson talk, and it kind of sounds like they're talking like Calculus 3 or something crazy. So I'm like, hey, Coach, you got to like simplify that for me a little bit. And, you know, they break it down, so they make it really easy to understand. But it's really interesting, especially when they get on the board. It's really cool. So
we heard a little bit earlier from the cornerbacks when we talked to them, just kind of how much they've improved as a unit. Do you think that's kind of the same defensive, kind of just in that defensive backs group in terms of the improvement from last year to this year?
Definitely. I feel like everything's more contested. There's like less busts, so there's less just easy touchdowns. I feel like that's the main thing I've seen this spring.
What about some of the newbies in that room? What have they brought, and what have they added to the group?
So we have Chris, we have Cam. I love them. They both come and they're trying to learn. Sometimes as a freshman, like Chris, for instance, sometimes freshmen come in, they kind of feel like they know it all. But Chris has been really open to learn, and he's been improving every day. And Cam already had a little bit of experience at UNLV, so he's been good too. And of course, you got Kendrick over here. That boy, the best blitzer on the team. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, what has he brought, you think, to the team?
Kendrick?
Yeah.
He just brought experience. Like he kind of understands all the fronts and all the stunts. So whenever it comes down to blitz, he knows where to go. Sometimes for some of us, it's kind of where do we go? He kind of just has a natural instinct to find where he needs to be.
How much are you motivated just by 3 and 9, how that year went, or do you just wash it and go on?
Nah, you don't wash it. I don't think you wash it. I feel like you got to let it be a chip on your shoulder. Just not really to prove people wrong, but to prove yourself right. I feel like we have the pieces here to be a good team. And every day we've competed, and the offense looks really good. We've been real good. So I feel like we're going to be a real good team.
From a player perspective, with the new spring football format, I mean, how do you feel about that? Do you wish it was a game? I mean, I know it's kind of a practice and you guys have some elements, but what's your feeling kind of towards Saturday?
I don't really mind because I feel like the spring game is cool. It's a cool experience for the fans, but I feel like it's not really a day people get better. It feels more like a chill type of day. In comparison to this was like an intense practice, real scrimmage. So I kind of like this format better. It allowed us to get better.